Hey guys, it's Jack here, and today I'm doing a little bit of a different video. If you probably noticed, this is not on my main channel. This is gonna be my first true fishing video I've done, and yeah, so I guess I'm gonna start off with something that, a tip video, I guess. So I'm gonna show you how to fish a crappie tube. Bet everyone's seen these before. I'm going to show you a couple of tips to fishing them. Now, first is gear. This is just a 7.6 ultralight, 6-pound mono, like 2,000 size reel. And this is a 1/32 ounce tube head. And even though it's so light, you can cast it fairly well. The first tip I'd say is let it sink. That's something that a lot of people don't underestimate it. That's the beauty in these lures. What they do is when they sink, they spiral down, and that action triggers more fish. Like, I'll even show you right here. Alright, this is a fairly bright lure, so see that action often gets the bites. Now tubes have been this one. That's enough. Now, tubes have been used for all types of species, but they originated in crappie fishing, and then they transitioned over to bass. So, in that, these ones are not just for crappie, but they're also a great multi-species lure as well, like for just general light tackle fishing. Now, a thing about crappie tubes is because they're tubes, they have a little bit tougher plastic, so they're fairly durable. Like, you can catch a ton of fish, but a lot of times little bluegill, they'll peck off the tails of like a lot of the tentacles on there, and sometimes you gotta replace them. So yeah, after I wear this out, I'm going to show you how to replace it. Alright, tell me when to go. Alright, so, just after we cut to that part, before I've worn out this tube, I'll just show you how effective these lures are. Now, this is a standard bluegill. It's not that big, but it's a fairly moderate sized gill. And when you hook them and you can see that they, when they get it, they often strike it from the side. But these things are very effective for not just crappie, bluegill. A couple years ago, me and my dad caught a nice fish, a nice bass, that's to be more exact. In fact, right here using a solid body tube. And that's one of the beauties of these baits, is that they work very well for almost all situations. And for a multi-species angler like myself, that is a very good thing. Alright, so my tube is worn out, so yeah, I'm gonna replace it. But a lot of people, they just cut it off, put it back on. You don't have to do that. Just because you're gonna throw this out, just don't litter, just put it in your box. And here's a little trick, okay? I'm gonna switch colors. Put it right like that, right where the eye is gonna come out. Then just slide it down, and then this part is a little tricky. Just push it, and then kind of wrap it back around, and then push it back in. That way you don't have to cut off and retie every time you need a new bait.